Hey everybody, it's Minius, and I think we can all agree that one of the most, if not the most important factors in the success of the original Mass Effect trilogy was the quality of its characters. The series is full of characters that you want to get to know better, which seriously strengthens the game's conversation system and builds a sense of teamwork, and most importantly, relatability. But Mass Effect Andromeda is a new start. Any character who has a chance of showing up in Mass Effect 3 will not be in Andromeda. And the list of characters who can show up in Mass Effect 3 is, well, pretty much everybody. So we've got a brand new cast full of question marks, but what do we know about these characters? Thanks to the N7 day reveals, we know quite a bit more than we did, so I thought I'd go over all of the characters that we know about with as much information as I can, and then go over the potential Squadmate list, for which we've got some new confirmations. The easiest and best place to start is with the playable characters. In the trilogy, you played as Commander Shepard, could choose between male and female among other choices, but there was only one Shepard, and no matter what you did with your Shepard, the commander filled the exact same role. In Mass Effect Andromeda, you have a choice between twins, named by default Scott and Sarah Ryder. Now, before you flip out, you can change the name of your playable character, though I'm not sure you can change the name of your twin, but you can also change the look of both siblings, no matter who you decide to play as. But the most important note here, and difference from the original trilogy, is that both twins exist in the world at the same time. The sibling that you do not choose to play as suffers a malfunction with their cryo, which is needed over the 600-year journey to Andromeda. Fortunately, that sibling does survive and will wake up later in the game, but is not physically fit to join you in the field, so your twin will be at least somewhat crippled, though to what degree, we don't know yet. You will, though, have to interact with your twin later in the game, and there's an optional arc where you can explore that relationship further.
That ought to do it.
Another major difference between your Ryder choice and Shepard is their standing in the world. Shepard started off as a badass hero and then turned into a legend, and your Ryder starts off as kind of an unknown and then turns into a hero. BioWare has said that this game is more of the traditional hero's journey. So we know about the Ryder twins, but there is also a Ryder father. We got to look at him in the early trailers. He goes by Alec Ryder, who by default looks like this, but he too can be customized, at least visually. But what I find more interesting is the backstory of the Ryder father, which is fascinating. Alec Ryder was a member of Alliance hero John Grissom's famous crew. If you don't know who John Grissom is, don't worry. He doesn't play an actual role in the trilogy and kind of dies in obscurity before Mass Effect 3, but John Grissom lends his name to the Grissom Academy, which is the setting for a mission in the third game, and he's probably the most famous Alliance hero other than Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect universe. Grissom is known for leading the first human mission through a mass relay, which takes place about 34 years before Mass Effect 1 and a full 5 years before Commander Shepard was even born. That mission made him a hero, but he didn't go alone. The Ryder father, Alec, was on this historic mission. And then Alec completed his N7 training and probably was one of the first to do so, which filled out his resume as a total badass. And these qualifications earned him the role as Pathfinder for the human Ark Hyperion, which basically means he's in charge of this enormous ship and what it does. One thing though that you might have noticed is that according to this timetable, Alec is old. Admiral Anderson specifically said he was 12 years old when Grissom's mission through the relay took place, which probably means Alec Ryder is at least 10 years older than Anderson, and possibly more, which would put Alec in the late 50s to early 70s by the time Andromeda starts. Now, this isn't as big a deal as it sounds. We know that humans live longer at this time, and though we aren't told exactly how much longer humans can live with vigor, the book suggests that women can easily give birth into their 60s, which might give us some insight into human capability. Still, Alec isn't likely to be the peak of physical fitness when this game takes place, and perhaps that's a reason why, in promo shots, his children appear to be wearing his N7 armor. One more note about these Ryders. When Game Informer was checking out the new game, something that was hinted to them was that there is sort of a Ryder family mystery. So there will be more to learn about these three. Although I guess this Ryder intrigue could be simply that the mom, I don't know, ran off with an Asari prostitute when they were young, or maybe the dad is a secret Batarian or something.
What?
The real answer is probably tied directly into the plot. Perhaps why this family went to go to Andromeda in the first place. Another character we know about is named Jeanne Garson. She's the one that narrates the first Andromeda Initiative video, and in that video she says she's the project founder, which started back in 2176, or 7 years before Saren and the Geth attacked Eden Prime. And this likely means she's the one in charge of the entire operation. She's almost certainly the one running the Nexus, which is the massive Ark mothership-like vessel that might serve as the game's new citadel. She also pops up in the most recent trailer. At least this right here is probably her due to the distinct armor piece on her left shoulder. These 4 characters I've mentioned so far are the only 4 characters for whom we've been given a voice actor for. Bro Ryder is being voiced by Tom Taylorson, Sis Ryder is being voiced by Frida Wolf, Alec Ryder is being voiced by Clancy Brown, and it looks like Jeanne Garson is being voiced by Jamie Clayton. At least she tweeted out that she's a part of the Andromeda Initiative with a link to that Jeanne Garson video, and I guess there's a chance he simply signed up on the website, but the character certainly does sound like her. The last character that we know about who isn't a squad mate is through Game Informer, who mentions an Asari Dr. Lexi. I don't know if this is how Dr. Lexi is spelled. I don't even know if this picture here is of her. It definitely could be. She shows up in the new trailer for a split second and is definitely dressed like a doctor in the Mass Effect universe. Though it's tough to tell exactly what kind of role Dr. Lexi plays. She could be a throwaway character, or she could fill the role of Dr. Chakwas. Maybe she's even romanceable. Only time will tell. So that's 5 characters we know about. But what about the squad mates? Right now we have 2 squad mates confirmed. I'm putting up a chart with 7 squad mate spots. 7 is the squad mate number given to us in the big Reddit leak, which has been extremely accurate but still unofficial. The first squad mate officially confirmed is the Asari we've seen a few times already, who goes by PeeBee, which is a nickname. She's described in the Game Informer article as both a lone wolf and a bubbly character, which sounds like a bit of a contradiction, but she's definitely written as wild and not tied down by social acceptability, which is intentionally unlike Liara, who is shy and didn't want to disrupt social norms. But she's fascinated by remnant technology, which you happen to be investigating, so she goes along with you on your journey of exploration. The second confirmed squad mate is named Liam, who is a human male. We've seen Liam a few times, but really haven't gotten a good look at him. Joe Juba, who did the large Game Informer article, said that Liam is of African descent, although he said it really didn't look like this male model who we've gotten in 2 promotional Andromeda Initiative photos. The only look that we have of Liam with his helmet off is this super blurry still in the new trailer where this guy appears to have darker skin.
It's not racism, not really.
I've got to stop you right there, Ashley. This is totally racism. I'm being reduced to racism and sexism to make sweeping generalizations to try to figure out who these characters are. Feel free to call me on this stuff in the comments section. But since this male model is one of the few pictures we have of anybody, I'm going to guess that this is Liam, but at the moment, the evidence for it is kind of crap. Liam was a former police officer back in the Milky Way and serves a security role on the Ark Hyperion, and is generally upbeat, has a lighter tone, and frequently has Ryder's back, though he does wear his heart on his sleeve a bit and can get fired up easily. 2 more squad mates came to us in the big Reddit leak, and I'm actually a little surprised that these 2 squad mates weren't the 2 squad mates officially revealed, although we really don't know a ton about them. The first is named Cora, who is a biotic. She's probably female because Cora is a variant of the Greek word for maiden, and I've been guessing that she's human, though there is nothing that says that for sure, because Cora could be Turian, although the name is Greek and not Roman like most Turian names. Cora could have also undergone a name change thanks to the early timing of the Reddit leak, and now could be known as PeeBee, but I'm going to stick with my initial instinct and say she's human. We've seen a human female squad mate a few times, most noticeably alongside Liam in the gameplay tech demo, but also before in the EA Play trailer alongside a Krogan, who I'll get to shortly. Basically, every single BioWare game has had a male and female human squad mate companion option. There's no good reason to change that. Cora is a human name, although it was far more common in the 1800s, but the Cora-human connection makes sense to me. The other squad mate from the original big Reddit leak is a Krogan named Drack, and a Krogan got some action in the EA Play trailer, including this awesome shot of him dropping someone off a ledge. I guess this Krogan might not be Drack, and like Cora, the Drack name might have been changed, but I'm pretty confident that spots 3 and 4 shake out the way I've got them on the screen now. But here's where things get interesting and require a bit more guesswork. I think the 5th squad mate is Salarian. Now there's nothing that says this for sure, but we have seen a number of Salarians. There are a bunch in the most recent trailer, and then a few in the EA Play trailer, but the most clear sign that you'll have a Salarian squad mate comes from an early shot of the bridge on the Tempest, with a Salarian literally on the right hand of the person heading up the ship. Of course, that Salarian could simply be an officer, but I think he'd fit in well as a squad mate. And yes, I did just say he. There isn't anything that says the Salarian is a male for sure, but according to Mass Effect lore, Salarian females stay back in safer locations and basically run the government, and this Salarian is out on a scouting ship.
It's a shame so few understand their own equipment.
So that's 5 squad mates, and I'm far less confident about the last 2. I originally thought that alongside your 2 humans, Asari, Krogan, and Salarian, you would have a Turian, and the Turians are the only other Milky Way race confirmed, but we still haven't seen one, and that's kind of got me reconsidering. The Turians get their own arc, but a book title suggests that one of these arcs get lost, and I think that might be the Turian arc. I'm not really questioning whether or not we'll see Turians in this new game, I'm just questioning when. It could take a while. And that opens up the door to all of the other species that are yet to be confirmed, with the Quarians, Batarians, and Drell being strong squad mate candidates. But at least one of these new squad mates should be from the Andromeda galaxy. That's not really a fact, it's more of an opinion, but I expect at the very least for one of these spots to go to a new alien species. But not the Ket, who at this point are the only new sapient alien race we've been directly told about. This tweet by Mac Walters heavily implies that the Ket are pretty much united against you, at least as far as this game is concerned. If we were guessing about squad mates for Mass Effect Andromeda 2, I'd say a Ket squad mate is an early favorite. But since we don't really have any knowledge about sapient aliens yet in Andromeda, I can't say who will be joining us, but there will definitely be multiple new intelligent alien species, and I think you'll be taking one of them with you. So we've got 7 characters confirmed so far, including 2 squad mates. We've got a reasonable guess at 3 more squad mates, and then the doors are open. How do you think the rest of Ryder's squad will shake out? Is there a species you want to take with you? Let me know in the comments section below. And if you liked this video, please give it a like. It really helps out the channel. Keep an eye on MiniSGC for more Mass Effect videos, but for now...
I should go.